Serving Tampa Bay since 1954, the Heritage Station. WTMP, Egypt Lake, Tampa, Clearwater, 97.5 in Pinellas.
Don't do that. You got stuff.
Alrighty. I found the Bucks Super Bowl. Well, Bucks used to have a song, "Hey Hey Tampa Bay, the Bucks are gonna shine." I don't know if you guys remember that, but
that's a while back.
Well, it's okay because I tried to do it last week. Because I thought it was going to be a great opportunity. And since we haven't done a radio show since the Bucks won the Super Bowl, this is our first chance to let folks know. I kind of had the feeling, and I said it. I didn't want to make a big deal of it, but at the end of the day, the Buccaneers are undefeated in our two opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, and we haven't just won the Super Bowl twice. We crushed, literally crushed both teams. The last time, they say, well, John Gruden had been the Raiders coach, and he knew their plays, and he knew the system, and he knew this and knew that. We crushed them. Defense had a great day. Last week, they can't say anything about this team other than the fact that Mahomes, Patrick, was a kid studying under Tom Brady. I just got to say it because Tom Brady, and I normally don't start the show off like this, folks. All the regulars know, Porch Talk Radio, the nature of the show is we can talk about anything and everything. And for us to start the show off without talking about the Super Bowl
would be sacrilege.
It would be. It would be a big,
can't do that.
Big effing deal.
God would be offended.
As somebody said. So just to not miss the big effing deal, we had to do it. So anyway,
moving on.
We're gonna get the show started, and Bucks, 2 trips to the Super Bowl, 2 crushing victories in the Super Bowl, and no excuses can be made. The Bucks won every phase of the game. They won offense, they won defense, they won special teams, they won sideline expositions, and anything else you want to bring up. And for the black community, the Buccaneers offensive coordinator is black. The Buccaneers defensive coordinator is black. The Buccaneers special team coordinator is black. And they got probably 20 something plus coaches. 20 of them are black. They got a couple of ladies that's coaching for the Buccaneers and being the only NFL team doing that. And I gotta say, Bruce Arians, they kept calling him BA, is an unusual person because he stood head first and made sure folks understood that was a team effort. And his team, his coaching staff, all those folks that made stuff happen, did a great job. One of the things he said in one of his press conferences was all he had to do was get out the way. And for a lot of people, that's a big deal, especially people like Belichick. But for Bruce Lee, all he had to do was get out the way, let them do their job, because he hired professionals. He had confidence in them when he hired them, and it showed Sunday during that game. So anyway, Tampa Bay, Porch Talk Radio, here with you on Saturday afternoon after the Super Bowl victory for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for those who are Facebook friends of mine, we live in Tampa Bay. Facebook Live, you guys. This is Tampa.
And share.
Tampa Bay. because we kicking butt in every major sport, in hockey, in baseball, in football. I guess if you want to play stickball or something else, you know.
We probably win that too.
Yeah. If you want to get whooped up on, come to Tampa, you know. So soccer, you know, we won some kind of soccer thing. So I mean, all the majors and even some of the minors. And at the end of the day, it feel great. I did go to one of the Super Bowl parade things the other day, and I was on one of the bridges, and they passed.
Are you one of those, Eddie? That was illegal.
I went by. I went by. We saw the team come by. We saw all the boats. We saw all the good stuff. And then one of the radio stations or the DJs or somebody, but somebody had a big old speaker system on the top of their car. They parked where we were. We got there and got good viewing, you know, slots. Cause we went down there at 11 o'clock. The thing pulled in the start to 1, and by the time they got to where we were, it was 2 something, you know. But we stayed there. So by the time, you know, the team got there and the bridge filled up, you know, we had as much commotion going on the bridge as they had going on out there in the water. So the Popo came.
Of course.
All black folks know who the Popo is. Popo came, had to break it all up, but that's okay. We left like 2 minutes because we knew that the Popo was going to come because the nature of the event was they were having too much fun. So we know we're in Tampa Bay, and if you have too much fun, it is their job, it's their duty to come break it all up. So
Eddie, was that a riot then?
No.
Shouldn't people have been put in prison immediately?
It wasn't a riot, but like I say,
I bet you there had to have been some Democrats offended.
The nature of it was, you know, now I gotta say, me and my wife had our mask on, but I probably think maybe in one other person with hundreds of other folks there, you know, maskless. So it was definitely an opportunity for a super spreader event to happen, but we had our masks on. So.
But you survived it.
I survived.
You
and
still
she
survived.
survived.
That's good.
And I haven't coughed yet, and that was Thursday. So we should be good. You know, 14 days. We won't know the effects of the Super Bowl and the parties and
you
all
could be
this
spreading
stuff.
it right now.
And the fact of the matter that Tom Brady, but we ain't wore masks here in the studio the whole time. So we went through the whole
and we still kicking
COVID thing. So I'm just saying the nature.
That is high.
The nature of it is there's something and some people who have not masked. I'm just saying I'm not pushing the mask thing. I'm just saying the nature of it is like some states have not went back to school yet. Some states they still out of school.
And the suicide rate with kids is getting
Yeah.
bad, real bad. In fact, it's the highest, lady. This show, they've kept records on the stuff happening.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Well, anyway, okay, it's almost 10 minutes after
Oh, come
1.
on.
We ain't even started the show yet. So let me go ahead and get the show started.
Put your glasses.
This is Porch Talk Radio. This is Tampa Bay, and we're gonna do what we do every Saturday. We're gonna bring some information, make the community better, smarter, generate some conversation. This is a call-in show. So the nature of the show is if you want to be on the show, if you call in within the next hour to be on the show, you're gonna be on the show. So if you call in with some foolishness, we're gonna cut you off. Okay, because this is not that show.
That was earlier.
Yeah, the other shows were for the foolishness. So if you want to call in during the show, the call-in number here is 813-251-9867. 813-251-9867. If you want to call me after the show, and I'm getting a lot of calls after the show, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, because when it's just me and you on the phone, I tend to not get the crank callers. I tend to not get the bull s, and some of the other stuff that people call in for attention, because they need attention to call in the show, and the nature of this is it's like the butt naked man running on the field with the swimsuit on.
He got paid $374,000 for that?
Did.
Eddie, I might not be the most attractive and look at with clothes on in period, but I tell you what, I'd take $374.
He made a bet.
Well,
he won.
He wasn't. Well, he wasn't the most offensive person there last Sunday. I'm just.
But he might have caught the ball better than the Chiefs people did.
Play on words, so.
He might be able to catch that ball better than the Chiefs, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, if he made $300,000, it was a good deal. Cause he wasn't gonna outrun anybody.
I don't know if I like that blue outfit on. He could have had a different color, maybe.
And that officer that tackled him, he may have made a bonus or something for that. So
He might have got a call from the Chiefs on that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's okay. So if you want to call me, my cell phone number is 813-312. Website porchtalkradio.com.
Facebook.
And so if you're calling in or trying to call me during the show, like I said, if you don't call the call-in number 813-251-9867, then I can't talk to you on my cell phone. So if you call me on my cell phone, you're gonna.
We're not gonna multitask.
Yeah,
okay,
you're gonna get declined. See, I just figured it out last couple of weeks that you can actually go decline.
Yes.
And whoever was calling you, your phone stopped ringing and all that kind of stuff. See, these are smartphones. I didn't realize that.
They outsmart us every time.
Yeah, they doing all kind of stuff that we didn't know they could do. So anyway, so website,
67.
call in, business. We got a guest today. So we actually got a guest today. Some history. Years and years and years ago, back in the day, in Hillsborough County, they started something called the Black Republican Clubs. We were the first in the country to have a Black Republican Club. And it went on, spread it throughout the country. I'll let you
Okay, it's the Pinellas Suncoast Black Republican Club.
Yes, that when we get to you.
Okay.
Hold up.
Well, there's other clubs, so I'm just trying to get to ours.
Yeah. See, the guest.
She gets you a shot.
The guest is in a hurry, so
get her done.
So I'm getting a little bit of history, so that we get to her. But so years and years and years ago, over in Pinellas County, they started a Black Republican Club, along with a lot of places, in the rest of the country.
But this is a special one.
Well, I was over there for the beginning.
Oh,
wow. When they had their first meeting, and they had everybody sign in and all this stuff, and and it was at the Saunders Library, I think, was the place where they had the first meeting. So, and we got callers already, but all them folk got to wait. So soon as I get finished this little monologue here, then I'm gonna get to the guests, and then we'll get to the callers.
Why don't you call in too?
We get to the guests, and we get to the callers, and then we'll make some of this stuff happen. So anyway, Pinellas Suncoast Black Republican Club is having a set of events over the next couple of weeks. Primarily next weekend, they're doing something Friday, doing something Saturday, So anyway, our guest with us here today is going to introduce herself, tell you her name, who she's with, and a whole bunch of information about what's happening next weekend. And she also said she bought some tickets to give away, so
All right.
So again, we're gonna work this thing through and make some stuff happen. So without any further ado, Joyce, who's sitting here with us today, is gonna introduce herself, give you her complete name, who she is, who she's with, and what's going on. So, Tampa Bay, I would like to introduce to you Miss Joyce Subhi.
My name is Joyce Subhi.
Okay.
And I am the Vice President of the Suncoast Black Republican Club.
Pinellas?
I'm sorry, I didn't say Pinellas.
my goodness.
See, wait,
Okay, no, let me start again.
She corrected
My
me.
name is Joyce Subhi, and I am the Vice President of the Pinellas Suncoast Black Republican Club. And I apologize for skipping that.
Okay, hold on 1 second, cause she said I can't see. Raise it up a little bit higher. I can't see it. Get closer to the mic. She's telling you.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Yes.
just speak up.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to introduce myself for the third time, just in case
We
some
can
of you
do
did
this.
not hear me.
There we go.
My name is Joyce Subhi, and I am the Vice President of the Suncoast Black Republican Club. We meet the fourth Thursday of every month at Bob Evans on 66th Street in St. Pete. And that's for all of you people that want to come and see what we're about, to find out more information about us. The main purpose for today is to talk to you all about the Frederick Douglass brunch that we will be hosting on February 20th, this coming Saturday, and the meet and greet that we are co-hosting with Black Pack on Friday night, February 19th in Tampa. Now, George Farrell, the founder of Black Pack, is supposed to be calling in, so if you have any questions, you'll be able to talk directly to him as well. As stated, this brunch is an annual event that the Pinellas Suncoast Black Republican Club hosts. You know, every year it's a different location, but this year is especially special. This year we have actually sold out all tickets. So there will be no tickets purchased at the door, and we apologize for that. You know, next year we'll look for a much larger venue so that we can accommodate people who wait till the last minute or don't know till the last minute. But this year we truly cannot accept any additional people at the door. And keep in mind, we're being COVID friendly, trying to abide by all the rules, so that's another reason we cannot accept people at the door, and I apologize for that. However, that is also the reason we decided to have a brunch the Friday before. We had so many people that wanted to speak at the brunch, and these are, you know, sitting congressmen, senators, former congressmen, senators, people that are presidents of organizations, various PACs wanted to speak, and we could not accommodate them at the brunch. We have 3 main speakers for the brunch. However, at the meet and greet, we will have an opportunity for literally almost anyone to speak. We will have main speakers there. And for you great boxing fans, Hector Camacho Jr. will be at both events. He will.
So he's the fighter with his father.
His father was a fighter too. Correct.
Okay,
He's the junior.
Right, okay.
Correct.
Yes. We just wanted to make sure.
Well, his father would have to be a ghost to appear at
Oh,
this. So,
oh, I am sorry.
okay.
I didn't know he was dead.
Yes. So
He
anyway,
He really gone.
and that's for all you boxing fans out there that might want to come. He's going to be taking pictures, signing autographs, and things of that nature. But let me get to the brunch first, and then we can talk about some other stuff, because we have some really great speakers.
Okay.
Yes.
Hold on 1 second. We got a caller. So
Is that George?
I don't know. Caller, welcome to Porch Talk Radio on this Saturday afternoon. Who are you? Where you calling from? And what say you? Hello? Caller? Is they there?
This is George Farrell. I think I'm your caller.
Okay, George, go ahead.
These are, George is one of the speakers for the
Oh,
brunch.
keep going.
Go ahead, George.
This is George Farrell. I'm the chairman of Black Pack. I'm your caller. And Willie, I have to.
I'm
I
Eddie.
have to blame you, Willie.
Willie is the other black guy. I'm Eddie.
Okay. I got to blame both of y'all.
Okay.
Because of you, Eddie and Willie, Florida turned.
I'm Gabriel. I'm the Hispanic guy.
Okay. It was Willie and Eddie.
Willie's gone.
You guys turned Florida Republican. So I'm
Yes.
blaming you. As I went through my notes,
Yes.
I realized that the only reason Florida turned Republican was because the black leaders in Tampa Bay turned it Republican.
Yes, we did.
And you two played a good part in that, in electing Jeb Bush for his second run in office. Else
Yes.
it wouldn't have happened without you two.
Yes, sir. I
So,
remember,
anyway,
I remember when you first got started.
Second caller. Yeah, you remember. Black Pat was, we first got started, and it was you, and it was Eddie and Willie and Rudy Bradley and
Yes.
Jim Hardrick and Les Miller and Frank Peterman.
Right.
Actually, even Daryl Russar.
Yes.
You guys put Jeb Bush in office
Right.
in Tampa Bay, and I'm going to speak about that at the luncheon and tell everybody the power of the black vote. Because without all of you working together, Jeb Bush would have never gotten elected.
Yes,
And
sir.
that is what got the whole state turned red. Because remember, before then, we had a governor that they called the he-coon.
Yes.
The what?
So
He coon.
Yeah, that's right.
He walks
The
late
he-coon.
at night. The he coon walks late at night. So that was his motto.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was his motto. That's when he beat Charlie Christian.
Yep.
Running for Senate. The he coon walks late at night. So
Yes.
thanks to your influence and your power, and people need to realize this. Eddie and Willie and Frank Peterman and Rudy Bradley and Daryl Rufine, you guys were so powerful that you put a governor in office. And that's what taught me how powerful the black vote was to the Republican Party. Because they don't want to admit it.
No, they don't.
That's why
They
from
don't.
Florida to Texas, it's the black vote that puts Republicans in office. It's not the white vote, because the white vote is leaving the Republican Party right now. 400,000 white voters have left the Republican Party. So the black vote is more important than ever before. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about how we elected Jeb Bush after he lost the first time, and when he said he wasn't going to do anything for black people. And we turned our back on him when he lost. We figured out how important we were after that. So I want to really thank you guys for your influence in the Tampa Bay area, Hillsborough, Pinellas, all over, all the way up to Orlando. Very influential. So with that, I need to give you guys an award on Friday, the Power Broker.
Okay, George, stay on the line with us throughout the rest of the presentation in case you need to chime in on anything. As George stated, he's one of the speakers for the brunch.
Okay, there you go.
We also have Congressman Byron Donalds. He was just elected to Congress, and he is not only a dynamic speaker, he is just an all-around great guy. When he got elected to Congress, maybe a week later, I emailed him, and I said, you appeared at our brunch last year, Suncoast Black Republican Club brunch. Would you be our guest speaker in 2021? And I kid you not, within a week, he had responded back saying yes, he would do it, and to remind his secretary in January so that it's on his calendar.
Wow.
So he's that kind of a person. He is so personable. If you don't come, you will miss the opportunity of a lifetime, because he is an inspiration to all of us, that when you get into position of power, you don't have to change. You can still be the same nice, decent human being you were before you got there.
Right.
And we don't see that with a lot of politicians these days. So
Especially
Byron
a
will
lot
be
of black
there.
politicians.
Well, you will see it with
a lot
Byron.
of
Yes.
Hispanic mixed in there too.
Now, the third speaker on Saturday is Kevin McGarry. And I met him in November of last year. And again, he's another very nice, gracious person. He was at one of our meetings, and I said, will you come back and be a speaker at our brunch? And he said yes. Which is amazing to me that people are that responsive when you ask. Kevin is the founder of Every Black Life Matters.
Excuse me?
Yes, I said Every Black Life, not
Matters.
life, life
Uh-oh.
matters.
Uh-oh.
His logo is from the womb to the tomb. So that lets you know he cares about birth and not ending birth in every aspect of a person's life. And he's going to be presenting that to us. He's also involved with the Frederick Douglass Foundation. So he's going to be speaking on both of those institutions on Saturday at the brunch.
That's great, because I remember when the Frederick Douglass Foundation was established also.
You were around.
How do you know all of this?
Well, it's history that was made, history that's made while you are here is different from history you only read about.
Right.
So I went to Washington, D.C. when Frederick Douglass Foundation first had their first banquet, first awards thing. So
Wow.
this is great. This is a great Tampa Bay. For all you guys listening, this is important. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, and again, like I said before, the reason we're having the meet and greet is because, with these three powerful speakers, we just did not have room for the other powerful speakers to speak. So that's why. Now, at this brunch, also, Hector Camacho Jr. will be there. Again, he will be autographing things and just speaking with people. The brunch, like I said, it's already sold out. We are in the process of arranging to have it live streamed. For those who can't make it because it's sold out, we're also in the process of having the meet and greet live streamed for the same reason. So we are going to give out 2 tickets for the brunch. So if you call in, and Eddie will get to decide who gets the tickets. Oh, 4 tickets. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We're giving out 4 tickets. So that's fine. In addition to that, let me just speak a little bit about the meet and greet.
Okay, before you go to that, we got like 3 callers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we got a caller. Okay,
Put it on hold.
so let's go ahead and do the caller, and then we'll let her go on. Okay, caller, welcome to Porch Talk Radio. This fine Saturday afternoon. Who are you? Where you calling from? And what say you? Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, Willie, how's it going? That caller sounds like he's so powerful that he said he did his notes and don't even know who runs the show, who's the host of the show.
Okay, go ahead and say what you need to say, because you're wasting our time at this point.
Secondly, we go back to 2002. The African Americans that are going to the Republican Party are the same ones that don't read, because if they're reading like him, more power to them.
They don't read?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Next.
Okay. Go ahead. Next caller.
Oh, my goodness.
Next caller. Thank you. Thank you for your time and for the information.
And this is not
Go ahead.
about the Black Republican Club, because these events and the club is open to people of all races, first of all. So, and it's odd that when people ask, can white people come? My first reaction is kind of to laugh, but then I understand the exclusionary mentality that a lot of people have.
Right,
Just
yeah.
because the title says black, what about all of our mixed children? They're still black. So, we need to really get away from that. And as more interracial marriages occur, that's going to be the new norm. So we're not saying black in the sense of excluding any race, because at the end of the day, we're all part of the human race. But there are some differences in how races are treated that we have to acknowledge. And while we don't acknowledge those things, it's when we get into trouble. And that's why we have the speakers we have at both the brunch and the meet and greet, because they're going to talk to different aspects. Congressman Donalds is going to talk to doing what's right in politics. Our theme is do what's right. Kevin McGarry is going to talk to doing what's right when it comes to social media in organizations and things of that nature. George Farrell is going to talk to doing what's right when it comes to reaching out to communities. All communities. His PAC is Black PAC, BLAK, Black, Latino, Asian knowledge, because that is the problem. We do not have knowledge of other cultures, customs, traditions, and that is where we run into exclusionary actions. And with knowledge, the saying is, with knowledge comes power. That has never been more true than it is today. And that's what we're going to do at both the brunch and the meet and greet. We're going to provide knowledge from different perspectives. People coming from different lives, different walks of life, from different professions, different socioeconomic classes, different races. It is open to everyone. And I encourage, especially to the meet and greet. And I'm sorry, I didn't even tell you where that's going to be. It's going to be at Daddy-O's Patio. It used to be the Tropicana, but it is now under new management.
Oh.
And thanks to Daryl Madison, he has graciously agreed to let us have our meet and greet there. And the address is 1822 East 7th Avenue. It is in Ybor City, and it's from 6 to 9 p.m. So if you're not busy Friday night, that is the place to be.
So that part of it's going to be here in Tampa.
That's correct, in Tampa.
And just for the record, so folks know, for the brunch last year, I was one of the guest speakers. So I kind of got a little part in a lot of stuff that happened within the community, especially involving conservatives, blacks, and that kind of thing. So and the speakers they got this year is bigger and better. So the whole thing is growing. So,
Only a little better than you.
Well, Byron was there last year, so
Yes, he was.
so that's a good thing. So anyway,
Okay, now for the meet and greet.
yes.
The motto for that is the right fight. So we threw
Right.
that in. So not every fight is the right fight.
No.
So when you're talking about trying to do what's right, you've got to pick the right fight. Because if you pick the wrong one and you lose, you do more damage than good.
Right.
So that's the theme for that. And
Let's see. We got a caller. Let's see if we can get the caller in. This is Porch Talk Radio. This fine Saturday afternoon. It's wet, but who are you? Where you calling from? And what say you? Hello. Come on.
Hey, hello, it's Margaret. I was on hold, so I couldn't hear about the meet and greet. Do you need a ticket for the Tampa event?
no, you do not. I'm sorry. That is free and open to the public.
Oh, okay, so I can just come to that.
Yes,
Yes.
you can. And bring your friends with you.
Okay, we'll do that. I'm already coming to the St. Pete one,
Oh, great.
and I got my ticket. Yes, I got my ticket, so I'm really excited about it. And I didn't hear about it. I just saw it on there. So hey, I'm a Republican. I'm good. I went like, oh, I need to show up and add some color.
Awesome.
I hear
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay,
All right. Bye bye.
bye.
All right. Go
Okay.
ahead.
And this event is also garnered the interest of other states. We have Albert Guillory coming from Louisiana. He was a former state representative
Right.
there. He's also head of the GOP minority recruitment in Louisiana.
He switched party. He used to be a Democrat.
Do you not know somebody?
But he
Every
saw
time
the
I
light.
speak, you know. Okay, let's just keep going then. How about Barnaby Webster? Do you know him?
Now that's a new one.
Okay, well, he's a Florida State Representative currently now. He's
Okay.
going to be speaking.
Yeah.
Oops.
She really been to get to somebody that did that.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
Audrey-
Daniel West over in Orlando, we helped get him elected, but this is a different
This
West.
is it. They may be related, I don't know.
Yeah.
Audrey Pruitt
Yes.
is the CEO of New Journey PAC.
Right.
And if you're familiar with PACs, that's like Rush Limbaugh's PAC. He's going to speak on that for us. And Congressman Gus Bilirakis will be there. No, he's not able to make the brunch, but he definitely said he would make the meeting great.
Gus is a good guy.
Definitely know Gus and his dad, who was there
Yeah.
24 years before Gus took over the reins.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
24?
His daddy was there for 24 years, and then Gus became the congressman.
And Gus
Okay.
is a good guy to talk to. Very
Gus
easy
is a
going.
very good guy.
Well, that's good, because we've had calls from people that are interested in getting involved.
Yes,
They don't
good.
necessarily know what they want to do, but they want to do something. So
Right.
these events will open many doors to ideas of
Awesome.
what you can do and point you in the right direction. You know, these people that will be speaking to you directly, you know, not through their assistants or
Right,
whatever.
right.
They're actually going to be there in the presence, and that's why it's important for you to show up and voice your concerns to them. This is an opportunity for that even,
Yes,
That's
yes,
awesome.
most definitely.
so.
And this is like, again, community, this is good information. And again, you don't have to be, black or conservative to participate, because at the end of the day, I remember what I used to say, it's about learning what the other side was doing and what they was thinking. So regardless of what side you're currently on, it's always good to have the information, know what the other guys are doing also, just for the record.
That's right. And with this Pinellas, Suncoast Black Republican Club, the club is actually about 50% white and 50% black. And I always tell people, just come and listen. You might learn something that may or may not change your position in terms of where you are before that meeting started. Because we have a different guest speaker every month.
So knowledge is important,
Knowledge is power.
Always.
especially in action.
That's exactly right.
That's where we go.
Because once you get that knowledge, then you take action based upon that knowledge.
There you go.
And there you go.
Boom.
And Porch Talk has been serving the community for over 10 years, providing knowledge.
There you go. And if any of you have any questions concerning anything I've said today, you can call me at 727-338-9177. And that's the number for the Pinellas Suncoast Black Republican Club.
Nice.
That's right.
Is there a website there too?
What's the website? Yeah.
Yes. Pinellas Suncoast Black Republican
Catchy,
Club.
catchy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you keep repeating the name
There
long
you
enough,
go.
you know.
So it's Suncoast?
Pinellas
Open it.
Suncoast Black Republican Club. And
.com or .net?
.com. And if anyone out there so desire, we are a struggling organization, and we want to do so much more for the communities out there, but we need your help. So any donations that you want to provide to the Pinellas Suncoast Black Republican Club is more than appreciated, and you have the opportunity to give at the meet and greet, you have it at the brunch, or you can just mail it to our P.O. box.
See
Or
now,
call me.
I was gonna say the good thing to do is on your website put a donate button, because a lot of people
Yeah.
will push the little donate button. They may only give you $5 or $10,
That's more
but
than
if
what you
you
had.
get a couple thousand people give you $5 or $10,
there you
I mean
go.
that's how politics works. A lot,
Yeah.
a lot of these guys ain't gonna get no $2,500 donation. What they're gonna get, they can get a bunch of $5 donations.
We appreciate
But
anything, so it doesn't
I
matter.
have to say, cause it's electronic,
Yeah.
all you had to do is go cash the check.
And one of the things I would encourage you all to do before the meet and greet or before the brunch is go to the websites and look up these organizations so you are familiar with what they do, what they stand for, what they can provide for you, and maybe what you can provide for them. So you can Google Kevin McGarry's name, and his last name is spelled McGary. And you'll see the Frederick Douglass Foundation, you'll see Every Black Life Matters, and you can, Google George Farrell Black Pack, BLAK. There's another organization out there called Black, BLACK, but we ain't talking about them. We're talking about BLAK Pack. So that when you meet these people, it'll be more like meeting an old friend, because you know a whole lot about them already.
And they're local.
That's right. And they're bringing local knowledge and worldwide knowledge, because, we're a global world now at this point. So we're not just saying what's good for St. Pete might not be good for Tampa. No,
Yeah.
because our theme is do what's right.
Right.
And what's right is going to be right for everyone, because it's right. And it's such a simple message, but it really gets lost all the time.
Big time.
And that's why it's our message for our brunch this year, February 20th, 2021. The brunch starts at 10 a.m. It'll end approximately around noon. It's at the St. Pete College All-State Center, located at 3200 34th Street South, St. Pete. So hopefully I will see many of you there. And hopefully I will see even more of you at the meet and greet, since even more people can come there.
Right. And the good thing, one of the good things about this is it's an effort that's a continuation of us moving forward as a community. And when I say us as a community, normally I'm talking about Tampa, but for this particular instance, I'm talking about Tampa Bay. I'm talking about, Hillsborough, Pinellas, Polk, Pasco. I mean, the whole 9 yards, all of us doing stuff that helps the area increase, grow, do better, do bigger, the whole idea. So this is a big thing, and I'm going to be there. So I've been there for the last couple of years, and it's a phenomenal event. It's something you need to go to. So like Margaret said, Margaret's going to be there. I'm going to be there. A couple other people from the show, could pretty much end up there, and then whoever we give the tickets to, they're going to be there. So this is a big event, and this is next Saturday. So don't get the times and dates and all that stuff confused. Next Saturday, next Friday, and next Saturday.
Correct.
Okay, that's awesome. And
So-
tickets are available for which one of the two you're going to give?
No tickets
Nope.
for the meet and greet, just show up.
Okay, and then but the other tickets you're giving today.
That's it. You can't buy
Okay.
any tickets.
Got it.
No buying tickets at the door. Sorry, we'll see you next year.
Okay, all right.
Meanwhile, donate.
Exactly.
And just for the record, and it's on this day thing, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So
Yes, it is.
So if you want to, in the past, what I have done is, because of the holiday and the COVID and all this kind of stuff, I maybe could not take my wife out for something this week, but take them next week. This would be something,
Let's people out.
you could take your significant other too. So anyway, so what we're gonna do on this day.
There you go.
We're gonna go ahead and get that out the way, and then we'll let Gabriel do his piece, and then at the end of the day, we'll go ahead and have a little bit of Black history. Because we can't.
Oh, this is Black History.
That's
Cannot
That's
let
right.
Black History Month get away without us doing our fair share, doing our part to further the knowledge that Black people have about our own people. So anyway, on this day, February the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, 1542, Christine Howard was executed for adultery. She was the fifth wife of England's King Henry VIII.
Right.
And a lot of folks, don't get it, but every week we try to bring you some stuff, and some of it great for trivia questions, some of it's general information, but it's something we do, and for those who keep up with it, usually it's informative. So that's the nature of what it is. Called every day of every year, something has happened in the past, and that's why we just keep bringing you stuff and keep bringing you information. So anyway, on this day, February the 13th, in 1889, Norman Coleman became the first U.S. Secretary of Agriculture. Now we have in the state of Florida the number one economic engine used to be tourism. But guess what? The number one economic engine in the state of Florida now is agriculture
Oh.
because of the virus. The pandemic keeping people away. So they're not making as much money, but they still harvesting oranges and tomatoes and strawberry and watermelons and all the other stuff that we do here. So those industries are still up and doing what they need to do. So the number one industry in the state of Florida now is agriculture. So the first U.S. Secretary of Agriculture was Norman Coleman. On this day, in 1920, the National Negro Baseball League was organized. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
So they had a
The
Negro
league.
Baseball League.
Is it still going? It's not going anymore, right?
No, because they eventually integrated into the National Baseball League. And on this day, February the 13th, in 1972, Led Zeppelin was forced to cancel a concert in Singapore when officials wouldn't let them off the airplane because they had long hair.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Think of today, there's one with a buns, a hair bun thing going on.
So nowadays everybody, men, women, kids, people who don't know quite what sex they are, because every time I hear something different, there's a new sex that came about. So don't want to be politically incorrect, even though the nature of this show is politically incorrect. I still recognize that there's two sexes, male and females, and even if the others got questions,
Doesn't change how they were born.
yeah, usually if you look at them when they first come out, and whatever sex is on their birth certificate is usually what sex they are.
I think he's figured that out by just holding by their feet.
I'm just telling you
Something about looking at their feet, you see that.
their genetic codes don't change. You may change parts, but you don't change your genetics. Anyway, Gabriel, your 2 cents.
All right, guys, here we go. We got some good information for you. Now, since the Hispanic vote is being pandered to or catered to, however you want to say that, with the illegal aliens being allowed to just come in, even if they've without COVID testing, and if they've raped and pillaged and have prison records and all that, are still actively involved in being bad, they're being allowed into the country so they can quickly get to be Democrat voters. And the minute that they let 11 to 20 million, I think they're estimating, then the black vote will no longer be needed. And the Democratic Party's been kissing behind for years on election-only years to the
I
black
guess
people,
they'll switch
it's going to go away.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be back to the Hispanic people, and then I will wear a Godfather ring, and we'll go from there. So just saying, it's happening. The Democratic Party is doing it to themselves. They figure they can go ahead and get better response out of the Hispanic because the black people begin to think for themselves now, and that's a problem. China Joe, the fraudulent president. Oh, wait a minute, you're going to say that about Trump. But anyway, just right now, Joe Biden is the first president in history to have a vice president on record claiming they believed sexual harassment allegations against him. Isn't that just mind-boggling? The first president, fraudulent as it is, that has his vice president says sexual harassment allegations are probably true. You know, as we're dealing with Black History Month, I just heard last week that we had thought that BLM, Burn, Loot, Murder, Black Lives Matter, was strictly for the black community, and we know that it's 85% white that run it.
Yes, we do know
And
that.
we know that they've actually, as of last week, I heard numbers of almost $10 billion that they have received. Now, for all the black people that were hoodwinked, fooled into believing that was going to be an organization for them, wearing that BLM stuff all the time, in 1960, before welfare state expansion, 20% of black children were raised with only one parent. 1960. 1985, after the welfare state's expansion, 67% of black children were raised with only one parent, or just no parents. By 2016, after nearly 60 years of welfare, 73% of black children were born to unwed mothers. Why? Because welfare pays more to single mothers than married ones, encourages more out of wedlock births, and the rise of fatherless children leads to men and women who do not pursue a nuclear family of their own. So for those of you that believe that Antifa, which was an Obama organization funded, or BLM, which is the Democratic Party, has been behind them all the way, where is that $10 billion going? How much of it's making it into your black community? I can say zero.
I'd say none too.
Yeah. So
It's certainly nominal.
Let me make it complete. I vote for none also.
there we go. There we go. So folks, just kind of letting you know, just because it has the name black in the name of it doesn't mean it's for your cause. Please don't be fooled like that again. Now also the COVID relief, 1.9 trillion was now passed out. And did you read in the details? Howard University gets $35 million. No, it's not because of COVID. And also the Indian Institute, that's somehow another tied in there, Bureau of Indian Affairs gets $50 million. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to mention, Howard University is where Kamala Harris went to. And the Indian Bureau of Education, yeah, her friends are running that. Just payback, it's just payback, folks, it's just payback. As you get older, you've got to stay positive. For example, the other day, I fell down the stairs. Instead of getting upset, I just thought, wow, that's the fastest I have moved in years. So folks, it's always keeping that positive. Now, I did discover this past week, Eddie, if you mess with Facebook, they get upset. So, because I post something saying, two Amish people were talking amongst themselves, and a reporter was asking them questions, why isn't COVID affecting your people? And the Amish person responded, we don't have TV. Yeah, Facebook got upset with me on that one. They weren't too good with that. Let's see here now. Finishing up here. Washington Beacon says illegal aliens guilty of DUI are no longer deported under the Biden plan. New ICE guidelines are pending on that from the new DHS person, that Alejandro Mayorkas, that Biden administration has put in power, so they're free to run and go crazy. The United States was energy independent for the first time since 1957 in 2019. The first time since 1957. In 10 days, Joe Biden set us back 50 years. Have you noticed the price going up, folks? Every time a Democrat gets in power, the price goes up. And as we go to my close, now this is a good one, folks. Hold on to this one now. Hold on. I just saw it. Earl and Bubba are quietly sitting in a boat fishing, chewing tobacco, and drinking beer, when suddenly Bubba says, think I'm going to divorce the wife. She ain't spoke to me in 2 months. Earl, the wise sage that he is, sitting across from him in the boat, spits out his chew, takes a long, slow sip of beer and says, better think it over. Women like that are hard to find. I just wanted to thank you folks for your time. Oh!
All right. Now, I know we got a couple of callers, but we'll let you get your info in and let you close it out. And if we have any time left over, then we'll get the caller. Because, I tell people don't wait till the end of the show to call. Because, again, once them last 10 minutes hit, we may or may not have time for callers.
So if you cannot make the brunch and you cannot make the meet and greet, you can always make the monthly meeting. So if you have a question, you can come to the monthly meeting. They're the 4th Thursday of the month, and it's held at the Bob Evans on 66th and 22nd. It starts at 6 p.m., and everyone is welcome.
Website?
Pinellas, Suncoast Black Republican Club. I'm sorry, I forget the Pinellas a lot. And then, of course, if you have any questions, you can always call at 727-338-9177.
George, you still there? George. Okay, I guess he dropped off. So.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead and give whatever information you got. I think we got like 2 minutes, so you get to go ahead and add a couple of info points from your conversation.
Please join us. It's BlackPack, BLAKPAC, PAC.GOP is the organization. You can donate on our webpage. We just updated our webpage. We're actually doing a course on Monday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with Jennifer Carroll teaching how to win elections. The former lieutenant governor is going to teach one of our courses, because we teach courses in politics. So go to our website. You can register there. Again, that's BlackPack, BLAKPAC.GOP. I thank you for having me, and we'll see you there in person.
Well, thank you. I'll be there. So we got a caller on. Let's see if we get one caller on. The caller, welcome to Porch Talk Radio. We got a short period. Who are you? Where you calling from? And what say you? Hello.
I just want to let y'all know y'all doing a great job, but don't you look good with down in that chair now? Don't look good.
All right.
Don't look good. Y'all boyfriend is gone.
Well, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
We appreciate it.
I couldn't understand what he was saying anyway. So.
Yeah. So okay. All right. So Tampa Bay, welcome to I know Black History Month is here, and I actually had a list one time, and it had like 300 items on it that you should thank Black inventors for, and a lot of point in time we don't get Black history in school, but it's supposed to be in every curriculum taught in Hillsborough County School. So it ain't just Black history or Afro-American history where you get it. It's supposed to be incorporated into your regular math. We got Black mathematicians that did stuff, into your history, into your geography, into civics. Into all of that. So the nature of Black history is that it becomes a part of your everyday dealing, learning process for your kids. Because if your kids learn it, when they get to be my age, 67, they would have, and they would still remember stuff that, you may have thought was gone, is still there. Because I remember stuff when I was in first grade. I remember stuff second, third, all the way through. So I don't remember everything, but I remember bits and pieces. So it's important that they get that knowledge, that they get that information now, and incorporate it into their everyday living and into everyday dealing. So until next week, Tampa Bay, when we do this whole thing again, we love you. Same bat time, same bat station next week. Bye-bye.
God bless America.
Bye.